Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. I broke down the game between the Portland Trailblazers and the Phoenix Suns from last night, and it was a really good, entertaining game. Both these teams go after each other. Phoenix, I have to tell you, plays defense. They get after it. So I know they have this whole thing about where they don't play defense and all they do is try and score, but I saw some good examples. The other problem is with Portland, they have a couple players that have been hurting them. One who's coming back from injury, Prisbilla, and another guy who might be getting toward the end of his career in Marcus Camby. Portland opens up in a traditional offense where they cross screen for Marcus Aldridge, their best post-up player. Phoenix defends that by getting Nash in the way and then also being physical with Aldridge, but it doesn't matter, they get a shot from the top of the key. Portland's strategy is to take Nash out of the game. They put Batum on him full court and not let him catch the ball. It's going to wear him out by the end of the game, and also by not letting him initiate the offense, Phoenix will not get a good shot on the start of this game. They finally get the ball to LaMarcus Aldridge in the post, which forces a double team from Grant Hill. The Trailblazers swing the ball nicely across the court, and Batum gets a nice little jump shot in the baseline. Now watch Batum as he's going to take away the pass to Steve Nash, forcing him to work a lot harder to try to get open. Jay Rich has to start the offense, and while he goes to the basket and scores, this is not the way that Phoenix wants to run their offense, and you'll see Jay Rich not do very well the rest of this game. On defense, Channing Frye is a little deficient. He should be a lot higher on this pick and roll. He lets Brandon Roy come in way too deep and then gets right to the basket for a layup. That shouldn't happen. The Suns' signature play is a screen and roll, obviously, and Batum does a wonderful job on that first one, not switching. However, they rescreen again, and that means Aldridge has to pick up Nash, who cannot possibly guard him on the perimeter. Nash is guarding Batum in the corner, and when he goes through, he's going to stop and help out on Aldridge. He doesn't need to help out, everything is fine. Meanwhile, his man under the basket is wide open for a tip. Nash is mad at his teammates for not rebounding, but he should be mad at himself. Watch Earl Barron. He needs to learn how to play the curl a lot better. As Roy goes around, he doesn't get over there to help, and they get a layup. Here's a play Nate McMillan will be very upset with. After a made free throw, the Suns are going to run, I guess you'd call this a fast break, and they throw it up to the corner, and guess who doesn't get out there? Marcus Camby. Here's why Nash is so tough. He goes to the basket, gets a bump, doesn't stop, keeps going to the baseline, and finishes up the other side. Let's watch this again. Do you think Marcus Camby should be over there trying to block that shot? Patrick Mills is making life miserable for Steve Nash, chasing him around, pressuring him everywhere he goes. It's wearing him down. In this possession, once Nash gives the ball up, he goes to the corner and never sees it again, and the shot goes up. This is great stuff for Portland because Nash doesn't have an effect on the offense. I understand that it's not easy to pressure him all the time, but watch what happens when you don't pick him up early. By him coming down the court without much pressure, he can turn the corner, get in the lane, and then do his patented fadeaway. It's nice to see Prisbilla back after all their injuries, but he wasn't helping much tonight. After a long outside shot, Portland does a very bad job getting back in transition, leaving Hakeem Warwick all by himself under the basket. It doesn't hurt him on this play, but when you watch the second play right after this, you start to see a pattern of the Blazers not getting back in transition. You can't have this happen twice in a row. Portland has been getting pretty tricky with their zone. You'll see a 1-2-2 setup here, but as the play emerges, it ultimately becomes a man-to-man defense. Phoenix can't cope with that and ends up getting a pretty difficult shot that misses. This is pretty good stuff on defense, I gotta tell you. Here's a beautiful look from Mills to Fernandez cutting down the baseline. Real nice play. This becomes one of the turning points of the game. You got two teams going after it. It's very entertaining. They're giving all on defense and offense. Portland is getting stymied by the swarming defense of Phoenix, but they stay with it. They maintain good spacing and ultimately get a drive to the basket and a very tough layup. Here they're going to pressure Nash again, hounding him up the court, making it very difficult on him. This is the kind of thing that's going to wear him out. He almost gets a foul there. They don't call it, and then Hill has to take a rush shot in the baseline. At this point, Portland can rush down the court, get good penetration. Phoenix is out of position, and Portland gets a dunk. This is one of those moments where they had control of the game. I want you to watch Marcus Camby and how bad he is on defense sometimes. Phoenix is able to stay close by running a really good offense. Here they're going to do a triangle with a high post, split the post in front, and get a nice little shot from Grant Hill. This is beautiful stuff. The problem with Portland is they'll fall in love with a long outside jumper. When they start missing, the other team can race right back down, and when you get Steve Nash on your team, these shots are almost automatic. As Portland loses control of their lead, they need Aldridge in the post, but they ignore him and start shooting more jumpers. This one goes in, but again, watch how bad Camby is on his effort on defense. On the flip side, watch the Phoenix Suns team defense. It's terrific. Jay Rich is even into the act by pressuring the ball, making it difficult. He doesn't give up, and even though the guy drives, he's able to cut him off in the lane. There's help, there's active hands, and they force a tough shot that misses. And Portland does not pick up Nash early again. They kind of fell asleep or something, and he goes right to the basket and gets an easy shot. Here's a crucial part of the game at the end of the third quarter. They're playing defense okay, but Nash is just a little bit better with his court vision, seeing Dudley in the corner for an open three. Rudy Fernandez tries to match that three, but it's just not there for them on this possession. It doesn't look like Prisbilla is in game shape, as he can't get over there to try and stop that drive, and they get an open shot. And after a really good possession for the Phoenix Suns defensively, they get one of those wacky European passes from Rudy Fernandez for a three, and it was a great look. Watch Aldridge as he overruns this hedge. He gets everybody out of position, and they can't stop that layup. Check out Nash down low. He's going to help out on the weak side. However, when Dudley comes back to get into play, they don't talk, they don't pick up a two under the basket, and he gets a layup. Fry takes himself out of the game by holding on to Aldridge for that cross screen and getting a foul. They got 2 free throws, which were crucial. Fourth quarter breakdown you can't have. First of all, the spacing is too close, and Jay Rich isn't even looking for the pass. Wes Matthews gets the steal. Another bonehead play, Fry throws his arm out, doesn't even need to do that, and when he gets a dunk, they call an offensive foul. He's out of the game, and that really hurts them later. Here's something really curious. They're down by 4 in the fourth quarter. They don't run screen and roll. And Jay Rich takes a 3 during the worst game he's had in weeks. They come back down when they're down by 4. Without Fry, their spacing is going to be off. They don't have enough shooters to space the floor. So Nash is left to go one-on-one and take a difficult shot along the baseline fadeaway, and they miss. With Roy as the point guard, he commands a lot of attention, and that lets Batum slide behind him to the three-point line and ice this game. So there you have it, folks. Channing Frye kind of lost it toward the end there and really hurt them, because without those fouls and he's in there, it really helps Phoenix's offense get good shots. But either way, you can't really hang your head. Portland made some really difficult shots, held together, they were home, and I'm looking much forward, very forward, to the next time they play each other, because I know it'll be another great game. Stay tuned, we got plenty to come. We have a flashback coming up pretty quickly on B-Ball Breakdown. I'm going to show you a game from the past that is near and dear to my heart. So don't forget, at B-Ball Breakdown, it's not a channel, it's a conversation.